This is the Options app, and we're going to look at data. I've already started the trail by clicking it here in the red stripe, and we see the first 9 instructions. Well, we see here where it mods the state and it mods the game number. Well, let's go look at data, and we'll look at variables. Here the game number is 2 and the state is 0. They are variables, so we had to click on variables here. Alright, we'll end the data. We'll advance 9 more. Do we find something interesting? Here we find the first time that it looks at text in pages. Alright, it says page B. We'll go to data. Page B is an app page. These pages over here, page A through page K, are called app pages. And they're called that because they are saved with the app. If we were clicked over here on work list or work pages, they're not saved with the app. Now what does that mean? It means that when you want text, in this case, to be saved with the app because you need it every time you run the app. Whereas if we were looking at work pages, they're only used when the program is running. They don't have to be saved. Well, in this case, it's text. And it's the text it says is in page B, so it needs that when it runs the app. So now we're going to click on page B, and it says it's at offset 1747. We go down the offset list. It must be somewhere in here, and there it is, the word return. And it ends with 1 vertical bar, meaning that's the end of the text it's supposed to show, and a second vertical bar saying don't increase the value of X to the end of where you place the text. Alright, so this is showing us page B at offset 1747 is the text return. Oh, we're going to return here. And then we're going to end data, and we're going to advance again. Alright, I don't see anything interesting. Well, there is another text, though. Page B 1755, where it has the word change, and we see the word change down here in the green box. That's similar to the return. Advance 9, it's doing the brown box. We advance 9. That puts the black box. We advance 9 again. Now we see it's making the numbers and placing them in line. Well, let's take a look there. We go to data. Now, line is one of these pages. It's like a work page in that it is not saved with the program. Here, if we click on line, here it is. Starts out a space and a 1, and then says that's the end of text, don't advance X. Alright, there is line. We return. We end data. So what it was doing here is was displaying the text in line. We'll advance again. Okay, it's going through all of them, so we'll quickly go through all of them. And when it comes out of it, well, nothing interesting there. We have to go again. We see some more text. In this case, the text is in page F. Again, page F is an app page. This text is saved with the program. And here you see the lines that it placed at the bottom of the screen. They have to be saved with the program. They can't be generated. I don't know how they would be generated. So they have to be with the program. So these are app pages. Oh, going back to that word line, line didn't have to be saved with the program. In fact, it changed 13 times from 0 to 12, and we created the text using the numd instruction. Well, we'll advance 9 again. Well, here we see it getting a given pattern and put it in the pattern list. In this case, it doesn't have to be saved with the program. It is actually part of the program when it is a given pattern. Well, we can go to data. In this case, we want to look at a work list. And here it is. Pattern is the first work list. So we'll click on pattern. And here we see it. It says that first the definition header that it needs for a pattern that says it has 7 numbers in the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What we notice here is it ends at 500, 400. It started at 500, 400. A polygon actually does not have to give the last position, because polygons will always be made to go to the first position. So we could have just ended here at 6 positions, but it went on to a 7th. Why did it do that? Well, in the case of drawing a line, it would have only gone through the first 6 points if you gave it 6, and it wouldn't return to the first position and complete what would then be a polygon. But this particular one has the last position the same as the first. So you say, why did the hexagon have 7 positions? Because they said it returned to the beginning again. That's not always true, but if you want to draw a line and you want it to go to the end, you have to tell it the last position. But normally a polygon fill, for example, does not need the last position. It will always return to the last position and close the polygon. Okay, that was this hexagon. We'll turn off data and we'll advance again. There we see it using the pattern to make a dots list. Advancing again, using the pattern again. The pattern can be used for many dots lists. And now, actually, we're at the end of the program. So there was an example of using data along the trail.